Yes, you know what time it is. Woo! That's right. This is the lightning round, and I am your host, Charles Becco, y'all. And I want to thank everybody for being here today. We got a very, very special room to talk with you folks today. All right. That's right. That's right. All right. No music. Hey, Charlene, again, thank you so much for being here. Charlene, could you kick us off by introducing yourself to the crowd?
Hi, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everyone, depending on where you are. I am Charlene. I am true believer, wife, mother, restaurateur, and newbie trader because I am always learning something new. Welcome to the Day Trading Legends Club. This is the lightning round by Sell or Hold, where you give us your tickers and we pull up the charts live on YouTube. The link will be pinned to the top of the room. Big thank you guys for joining. You can send your tickets over to Megan on the back end, and she'll be able to get the tickets over to Charles, and we'll, look at what you want to see. You decide, though, based on what you see on the charts live on YouTube, again, whether you want to buy, sell, or hold. I do want to say that nothing said on this platform is to be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, and thank you for joining. Over to you, Megan.
Hey, everybody. I am Megan, wife, mama, financial planner, tax strategist, and trader with the Brooklyn Traders Group. So send me those tickers on the back end. Hurry up because we always have to shut it down. So if you want yours looked at, go ahead and let us know. The YouTube link is linked at the top. If you just pull to refresh, you will see that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get updated when we are on, and you can watch those past videos for learning as well. Charles, back to you.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And so I just want to give a big shout out to some people in the crowd there. I see Master O, Kayla, Kimberly Miranda, and the great Amber Lachey. Amber Lachey, again, thank you so very much. Charlene and Megan, it's always a pleasure to have you ladies here. So what's going on in the markets, right? I mean, just wow. So the FOMC minutes came out and kaboom, right? We went from pretty much a chop fest, right? From 461 on the SPY, just pop $3. I mean, it's a tale of the tape, right? You just look at everything, right? Just a nice amaze balls move, right? SPY, QQQ, all-time highs. I think Qs want to go for that mythical number of 400. I think the Qs wants to do that. And the Qs are on the line here for some momentum, right? So we could go much higher from here. I would say that in my personal opinion, I do believe we are running a little bit hot in the market. And I do expect some kind of pullback, right? I mean, you can kind of see it here on the screen. You can see that, get rid of this line. We're pretty hot, right? The RSI on the Qs is sitting at a yearly high. So we are hitting 88 on the Qs. And let me tell you something. Even though the RSI is hot, right, it doesn't mean that we can't keep going higher. You know why? Because as the price goes up and makes a high, the RSI goes up and makes a high. And that confirms the move on the Qs, all right? What else we got here, right? We've got a fresh looking MACD cross about to take place on the weekly time frame on the Qs. We got momentum setting up on the Qs. So team, yeah, to all those shorts out there, to all those doomsday sayers, and I'm one of them too, right? Literally, technically speaking, the market does want to go higher. I am a little bit concerned with the daily average volume, just sitting at above 3/4 here on the Qs. So that is something to think about. We are also on top of the ATR chart here as well, average true range chart. And so, yeah, I would say pretty soon we'll probably be, due for some kind of pullback. Let's take a look at Tesla. How could we just not look? Tesla here. Testing all-time highs, right? Closing at 1213, all-time highs at 1224. There at Tesla. Let's talk about something that I think some of you could benefit from. And we only got a minute. Oh, no. If you didn't know, BGFV, man, look at this. Look at this move. Nice move after hours, right? All the way up to $36. I guess some people are wanting to tap out here right at the last minute. So here's why we like this play. Here's why we took the position today here at Brooklyn Traders via our private Discord. Okay, a couple things to like. Number one, it's the highest short interest position in the stock market. Okay, highest short interest position. Okay, now after hours market just closed, so if you're in, you're in. If not, you gotta wait until tomorrow, right? Highest short interest in all of the stock market, right? The short interest is sitting at 43%. On the daily time frame, you can see here a nice cup and handle. We have a daily squeeze that just fired off today, right? And this daily squeeze promises us it actually prints out a nice little price target, actually, too. This will be very aggressive, right? First price target will be 40. Next price target will be 46. 40, 46, and then onwards to that mythical 50. What's really great about this not only being a high short interest play, it's also lower float. I can't say it's low float because in penny stock land, right? Like many people who trade penny stocks, and this is not a penny stock, right? But you can say it kind of moves like one. You consider lower float to be something around like under 5 or 10 million shares. Micro float will be like under 2 million or 500,000 shares. There are tickers out there with that little share count, and it doesn't take a lot of money to move those guys around. So 19 million is lower float, right? Comparative to the size of the company. And yeah, just look at the volume, right? They say volume precedes price. So yearly volume high here. We had earnings, right? There was a positive reaction to earnings. So we had decent earnings or a positive reaction to earnings. We have low float. We have high short interest. And we've got volume. So that's a recipe for this thing to go pretty much wherever it wants to go. I mean, we could wake up and this thing could be at 70 tomorrow, could be at 100. Who knows where it may go. Or we could just go up there, retest, 40 and just come back down. Here after hours, we're sitting at 35. What we have seen from these Wall Street bets type names, we've seen them like run up really big in the after hours, run up really big in the pre-market, and then come down. So you do want to be a little bit more careful, just a little bit more careful with some of these names, right? But hey, there's squeeze patterns here on every time frame. Okay, basically the Bollinger Bands are expanding outside of the Keltner channels, and when that happens, it releases power. You see these little dots here, dot, green, all right? So that means something, all right? If you do want to find out more about that, you can tap in with us at brooklyntraders.net. We could help you get set up. But yeah, this is a nice little setup going into tomorrow, right? Again, highest short interest play in the stock market, 43% short interest. So it's a recipe for a nice little move here, nice little move. And so that's BGFV. That's why we put it up there first. Let's look at CVS here. CVS is just amazing. I mean, when was the last time CVS moved like this, right? Like never. Just amazing earnings. Just amazing move. Up almost 6% here. Look at the volume on CVS, right? Look at the volume. Look at this volume, right? And so CVS is making what I believe to be kind of like an all-time high here. Let me kind of squeeze this chart over so you guys can see it. Hold on. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see this whole screen. Right. So CVS, what I like about CVS is that it's not only a healthcare play, but it's also retail, right? So healthcare is typically strong in pretty much every different type of market. Retail is very defensive, right? And so again, we talked about the neighborhood bodega, right? We take it for granted that here in New York, there's bodegas, there's all types of stores that are open up late. But in a lot of America, especially middle America, Walmart may be a little bit far, but in most neighborhoods, right, there is like a CVS close by. And so what CVS has done in response, they have they've taken the opportunity to kind of build out their offerings, right? They offer frozen items. There's food, there's pizza, there's makeup, there's household items, right? There's even toys for kids. And so, CVS, especially with inflation doing what it is a very defensive play. If you look at CVS here from the weekly time frame, just beautiful, right? Consolidate, then boom, breakout. This is the same setup that Tesla has, right? So if you're looking for a Tesla-like setup, this is exactly what Tesla did, right? And if you doubt it, right, how about this? How about I put CVS and Tesla side to side so you can see that it's pretty much the same, right? There it is, right? We put this on the weekly, okay? Now tell me that doesn't look the same. Tell me that don't look the same there, okay? If you're not watching on the YouTube, you're hurting yourself, right? So I want you guys to click that button up there at the top, jump on the YouTube here. I see a couple folks on there, so I know a lot of people are in this room, but not many of you are on the YouTube. And to really get the full benefit of what we're looking at on screen, you really need to tap into the YouTube. So go on the YouTube, follow us on the YouTube, so that you could get the indications, so that you know when we are live. Here's what's really great about CVS is that we have a fresh MACD squeeze, right? So it's defensive, it's retail that we like. Will be a nice, play, especially in a higher inflation environment. And look at this. Technically speaking, it looks just like Tesla, right? Consolidate, boom, right? Nice move. And this is CVS, y'all. This is CVS going up almost 6% on earnings. Megan, any thoughts on CVS, BGFV, SPY, QQQ, or any of these other plays before we move on to the tickers?
I hope you can hear me. I am in the matrix tonight. Can you hear me, Charles?
Oh, dagnabbit. Yeah, I can hear you. You hear you just fine.
Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to bring Shanisha up. I don't have anything on the market. I just want to say a quick survey that I don't think that we've ever done before. Raise your hand in the room if you are interested in learning more about becoming a Brooklyn Traders but have questions about it. And so that's your hesitation. So raise your hand if you're interested in learning more about becoming a Brooklyn Trader, just so I can take a quick survey if people have questions about it. Okay, so I see one of you has raised your hand, so I'll reach out to you. Actually, there's a couple of you, so I'm going to just screenshot these names so I could come back to you. I will tell you this, as long as you guys can hear me. The other night we did some call outs and I did a really simple one and it was up 60% today in one day. Another one was up 660% in 2 days. And Charles is throwing out gems right now with the tickers that he's calling out. So if you have questions or you're concerned about becoming a Brooklyn Trader but you want to, please reach out to us. But at very minimum, subscribe to the YouTube so that you can stay on top of all the free information that Charles is giving out. Hey, Shanisha, if you want to say hi to everybody.
Hey, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'm in a low service area, but let me know if you can hear me, Megan.
You're coming across just fine.
Okay, cool. Just want to say, hey, Charles.
I can. It sounds in and out, but I'm in the matrix.
Okay, no, it's fine with me. Hopefully you guys hear me. Charles, you're the GOAT. So, yeah, just happy to be here.
I don't know about the GOAT now, but I appreciate it. I'm just a humble servant of God, just trying to make $1 out of, no, I'm not trying to make $1. Yeah, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, right? That's what we be trying to do up in here. So that's that. Just something else to take a look at as well. Now, again, we talked about CVS, right? We talked about Tesla. I want to mention something else, right? Check this out. Look at my boy, IWM, right? Chop, breakout, right? And so you see that right there. Again, this is what we call a phase one market phase. Let me condense the chart so you guys can see more, right? Let me just make sure. Because I want you to understand that this is a reliable pattern, right? And this is what we're looking for. Phase one market phase on IWM, phase 1 market phase on Tesla, phase 1 market phase this thing switched around, on CVS, right? And so these are the plays that we're currently looking at, and they all look the same, right? Chop, 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 consolidate for months, breakout. Chop, 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 consolidate for months, breakout. Chop, 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 consolidate for months, breakout, right? Pretty reliable pattern. And look at the time frame that we're looking at, right? We're looking at the weekly time frame. And so when you're sitting down, you're evaluating something in the weekly time frame, you know, you're going to have multiple opportunities to get in. You won't have to FOMO in. You won't have to go crazy. And, you know, it's what we do here. It's what we teach here. You know, we are predominantly swing traders here, right? And we preach it because day trading is very hard. I can guarantee you the majority of you are not going to have the skills necessary to day trade. I'm sorry to say that, but statistics is on our side with that assertion. And so it's really good to have a community of people that you could tap into to kind of find plays, right? Because guess what? I didn't get the CVS wasn't my play. I was looking at something else. Somebody in the community made me aware of CVS. IWM wasn't my play. It's something that I wanted to play earlier in the year, but we kind of went up here, chopped around, and it didn't work. So this wasn't my play either. Tesla was my play, right? It was members of the community who made me aware of CVS. It was members of the community who made me aware of IWM. And when I took a look at the chart, you can see it. It's exactly the same chart, right? Exactly the same chart. And so these are pretty reliable patterns. We'll be playing around here. And again, if you want to find out how, just tap in with us. Megan, would you give us a quick reset here before we go to the tickers?
Absolutely. So welcome to the Day Trading Degens room. If you like what you're hearing, click that green house at the top above my head and like or subscribe to it so that when we come on, you can get notifications right away. And then if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, then you can get notifications there as well. This is the lightning round, buy, sell, or hold, where you drop the tickers and Charles breaks it down live. So if you click the pinned link, you'll go right to YouTube and you can see Charles breaking down your tickers live, and you can decide if you want to buy, sell, or hold. Nothing you hear is financial advice. We're just some friends talking about opinions and what we think the charts are doing. I've got a couple tickers here. I think we can take just a couple more. So go ahead and send me some tickers on the paper plane or the back channel, and we will start taking a look at them. Back to you, Charles.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, team. So here we are. Let's take a look at some of the plays here. So Jonathan Rodriguez wants to know what's going on with PayPal. I can tell without looking at the chart because we covered it a few days ago. PayPal is in trouble. Okay, let me swap this around here. Make this all PayPal, right? I mean, it's just not good. It's not a good situation. Let's look at the 4 hour here. Let's look at the daily there, right? Okay. So, man, what we need with PayPal is we need a solid oversold bounce. Like, that's what we need with PayPal. Like PayPal needs an exorcism, right? Okay, I do see a double bottom forming on the RSI here. And so, MACD histogram looks like it's turning around. RSI looks like it's warming up a bit because it's been ice cold. So, because I'm aware that PayPal is actually kind of in a short setup on a longer term time frame, the only thing I would be more comfortable with would be playing what's called a retracement back to the mean. So right now we're at the we're under the ATR chart, right? So you know when they say, "Hey, I'm gonna throw you under the jail," well, guess what? You under the ATR chart right here, and especially a big company like PayPal is one of the most reputable companies in the world. It's a company that I've used. I've been a PayPal member for almost like 20 years now, right? Just as however long eBay's been out. I feel like it's been around since I was in high school or just my first year in college. I've been like a user and a member. So I do believe in it, for people who are looking at it and are wondering what's going on. If you want to start nibbling at some long-term shares, right here will be a great price to do that. But in terms of what do we do today, right? Here it is. So we had a level on PayPal PayPal went in and made a fresh low, so we're going to move our level down there. And if we could get a close above 230.78 on PayPal, hopefully maybe something that we do tomorrow, the day after, PayPal will be in a high-low long setup, a setup that we teach here. And you're looking for a price target of 240 and then 247. 247 will be the reversion play, right? So target 240, 247 here on PayPal. And, you know, it looks more like a buy right now as, again, the bears look like they want to tap out and they want to take a breather so that they can let the bulls come out and play. So, yeah, PayPal here. I think PayPal could be all right, okay? But you just got to wait for the signal to play out on PayPal, okay? Next up on the list is BABA, another play that's just been very bearish, right? You see, in my opinion, BABA's in a no man's land here, right? Because this could be a gigantic bear flag, right? Just to kind of do this and then go back down, because we're losing steam here. We're losing steam here on the daily time frame. The RSI is starting to cool off. On the daily, you have a MACD cross downwards. So, you know, does BABA want to come down here and close this gap real quick? I'm not really sure. I do know that BABA has been very bearish, and so you just have to be careful. Right now, I don't really see a play. I don't like the fact that price is under the 8 SMA and it's under the 21. I'd like to see price above. If price is above the 8 and 21, I'm bullish. If price is below 8 and 21, I have to be a little bit more bearish. So right now, I do see some short-term bearishness in BABA. Now, that can change, right? If there's news of Jack Ma, you know, I think he popped up in Europe somewhere, right? Whatever this company needs to go, I wholeheartedly believe in BABA. I think it's one of the best companies in the world. I adore and I'm a big fan of Jack Ma's. And so, again, if you want to start nibbling at some long-term shares around here, absolutely on BABA. Okay, super undervalued company here for sure. All right. But in terms of, hey, you guys want to play around with some options and whatever, I would say to chill out. Just wait till BABA gives you a more clear signal before you want to take the next trade there on BABA. Let's take a look at Hood here. I see Michael Green from the YouTube. What's up? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, Michael. He wants to check out what's going on with Hood. Hey, this is a long setup here on Hood. Hey, ain't nobody seen this. I be like a daddy coming home sometimes when I come back to Discord. Like, how y'all let this happen? Oh man. But yo, this is a long setup here. I'm looking for a gap close on Hood off of this move. Great, like 200% volume, up 5%. You look for a gap close at 38. That's a natural. That's a slam dunk. Okay. Look for a retracement back to 39 and potentially to 40 on right back in range. Again, you know, Robinhood is like, it's like a love-hate relationship thing, right? Like, it's like, we don't like Robinhood, but like, it's just so easy to use, right? And so, with that being said, I would have to say that in terms of long-term, you got to be nibbling at some long-term shares here. And Robinhood looks like it wants to go right back into this kind of range, right? So I'm actually going to set up some ranges live for you guys here, right? So again, you know, anytime you see these trading channels and everything like that, they don't just pop up out of nowhere. I have to manually do them like this, right? And put on my Bob Ross hat right now. That looks pretty okay right there. Okay, so if we get above this trading range right here, that would be very bullish on Hood. Right now, they be hating. You know, people are still mad over that whole Wall Street bets debacle on Hood. But long term, I think Hood could be a nice little addition there to market in your portfolio. Oh, anybody wants to mention that? Shanisha, Megan, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying that Robin had some news too. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Yep.
Awesome, yeah. They had some news about them and Burger King teaming up to do like some crypto things. Let me see what it was. Sorry. Them and Robinhood. Sorry, Burger King and Robinhood teaming up to serve crypto, and then another thing was that they're allowing retail investors, which is today, retail investors to buy into the IPO. I think that influenced some of the movement.
Okay, hey, that's dope. Like I said, like long term, you have to be bearish Robinhood, right? Like, who doesn't want to be? I mean, bearish. You have to be bullish. Excuse me. You have to be bullish Robinhood long term, right? So that's Robinhood right there. Okay. Thank you so much, Michael Green. I see Marshmallowed wants to look at charge point. Let's look at that. Somebody want to? Megan, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I think I accidentally unmuted.
Okay, cool. All right, so charge point here. Yeah, so charge point is in a short setup here. But I wouldn't be so anxious to be shorting some of these EVs, y'all, to be honest with you. I mean, right now it just came down to the 8. It was pretty much a textbook short setup here. You didn't get much. And that 8 touch may be all that you get. It's fighting at the daily 200 that's up there at 26.22. I would be afraid as a bear on charge point because it's been down so long. It's been beaten up so long. And, you know, with that infrastructure bill there, Tesla is lightning hot. Like the EV market is great again, right? Make EVs great again. And so I would be more of a buy to dip as opposed to short this thing on charge point. But right now, it would be in no position for me. For me, I would love to actually go and cop charge point down here at $21. But who's to know when we get that, right? Because we have, what's that, the 50 there? Oh, we got the 89 there. We've got the 8 here. We got the 21. So there's a lot of levels here that charge point has to go through to kind of get back to being more on the bearish side, right? Next up on the list is AEI. AEI from Shiba. I can't even say what. Oh, it's not Shiba. It's Shamub. Shamub. That sounds like a rap name. Shamub, everybody. Shamub. Okay. Not interesting in the slightest, right? So if you notice what's an interesting looking chart versus not, I can tell you what, it's gathering some strength, right? It's gathering some power, but it's just not ready yet, right? You had a long setup over here when it was at $1.83, and it's just been chopping around. So for me, I feel like a name like this would be one of those names where everything will be cool, then all of a sudden there'll be all types of noise and gunshots and explosions. And so what you want to wait for on AEI, you want to start seeing volume, right? Once you see that volume spike closer to 22, between 5 and 20 million on the volume indicator, then that's probably when I'll want to be interested in something like this. So I'll just set just some kind of alert just in case I want to fool around with something like this, right? Just in case I don't make it home tonight. Okay. I think we're good on tickers here, family. I think we're good on tickers here. Okay. Sean Woods. What's up, Sean? I've seen you in here a couple times. He says ATVI has a crazy gap behind. It's probably earnings. Whoo! Man, oh man. Whoo! You know, we've got a way to play earnings here that we really like. Man, and this would have been great for the setup. Megan, you see this on ATVI? Down 14%. And the options wouldn't have been too expensive neither, because you're talking about something that's 70. Because I was thinking about that. You know what I really like about earnings, like the things that really move big in one direction or another are typically like the smaller tech names, right? Those are the names that get like clapped. Either clapped or rocket, right? And so Activision, right? They make video games. I'm wondering if it's like a pandemic related thing, right? Because Activision was good in the pandemic. They were going up and up and up. Kind of reminds me of the play like Chegg, right? Like Chegg was one of those situations where, again, Chegg was an educational resource during the pandemic, and this thing got clapped down 40% because who wants to do online learning when kids are going back to school? They got vaccines coming out for kids, so it's not a great it's not a great fundamental setup for something like Chegg, right? And if you're looking at ATVI over here, are people playing less video games? I don't know. I doubt it, right? But maybe not as much as the world reopens again, right? And so let me just take a peep. Man, these options would have cost nothing. These options wouldn't have cost nothing. But yeah, ATVI here. I would just stay away. I mean, yeah, you could try to fool around with the oversold bounce if you want, right? But I would see, and we got to squeeze lower, right? So this squeeze is good for another $2. So don't be surprised if ATVI wants to go and test like 64, possibly even 60, right? And so just keep an eye on it, right? Because you will be able to get an oversold bounce out of this at some point in time. But that's just the way I would play it, just an oversold bounce. Long term, we will close this gap, but ATVI is in some kind of trouble there. Okay. We have OCGN from Amir. Let's check it out. Again, team, don't forget to follow the YouTube. We're streaming also on Facebook. We're streaming on Twitch, right? So if actually you're sitting down in front of your PlayStation or Xbox, you could also watch us on there. Don't forget to follow your mods. Don't forget to follow the Day Trading Degens Club. The Day Trading Degens Club is one of the biggest clubs on Clubhouse, right? Almost 130,000 members. We're the top 30 largest clubs on Clubhouse, right? And so, again, don't forget to give us a follow there. What the heck happened with OCGN? Oh, I see. So, okay, so full disclosure, right? We are long BGFV going into tomorrow, right? But here's a warning for everybody, right? A lot of these Wall Street bets type names, and OCGN is definitely one of them right now. They like to, again, pre-market and after hours go, right? And then you get the huge sell-off during the daytime. And it's something I actually first saw with SNDL that day when it happened with SNDL. It also happened with Tilray. When Tilray last went to like $80, I seen it then as well, right? Huge, crazy run pre-market. I think both, like, Tilray was up like 40%, 30%, and then SNDL was up like 80 or 100%, something crazy. And then market open just dropped like an egg, right? So just be careful on BFGV. Am I saying that right? Is it BGFV? Excuse me. On BGFV tomorrow, watch out for this on OCGN. Tough to kind of analyze these, right? So I'm gonna just give it to you just simple, right? You want to be above the low point on these candles, right? So you want to be above 12, right? If you're above 12, then the bulls have a case. If you're below 12, then the bears could potentially be in control, right? And so again, you have to be very careful when you're playing these Wall Street bets type names. Again, they run big, but they crash big as well. For most people, I would actually tell you to stay away from this because the majority of folks just will not have the skills to trade something like this. And that's no salt on your game, right? I'm your big brother. The reason why you're here is because you're looking for advice. You're looking to, make something for yourself, right? And I'm letting y'all know something like this is fire, right? It's fire both ways. It's fire to the bears. It's fire to the bulls, right? And this thing could burn you going both ways, either way, okay? So that is OCGN, okay? I think there's one more ticker on the YouTube here. I can't see.
And then we've got 3 in the chat.
We got 3 in the chat, right? So, Megan, would you give us a quick reset before we handle the last leg of tickers?
Certainly will. So welcome to the lightning round, buy, sell, or hold, where Charles will break down your tickers live on YouTube. So if you click the pinned link above, you can go to YouTube and watch that channel to see the live breakdown. We are full on tickers for tonight, but we are here Monday, Wednesday, Friday to break down your tickers. Make sure you follow the Day Trading Degens house so you get notified when we're on. But again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can check us out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. One thing I want to do here tonight is I'll stay on for 2 extra minutes or whatever. A lot of you had questions about becoming a Brooklyn trader and raised your hand. And I, as a Brooklyn trader and not getting anything from this, I just want to help people and explain what it is that being a Brooklyn trader member means. So if you have questions, I'll stay on to help answer those. So we've got about 3 or 4 tickers left to break down tonight, and then we'll call it a wrap. Back to you, Charles.
All right, give me 1 second as I kind of get my stuff squared away here.
Sure.
Go
while
ahead.
Charles is doing that and getting those charts up, I'll just remind everybody that nothing said here is financial advice. You're just dropping a ticker and Charles pulling it up and just breaking down the charts together. A lot of the terminology that he's going to use or the chart strategies that he is going to use are all taught if you're a member of the Brooklyn Traders. So it may not make a whole lot of sense if you're just hopping on to get an answer on your ticker, but if you're a Brooklyn Trader member or you know these charts or you know the strategies, it'll make a lot more sense to you when you're looking at that terminology. So again, subscribe to the YouTube, follow or like the Day Trading Degens group, and join us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday for lightning round, buy, sell, or hold.
All right, man, Megan, this is coming out smoother day by day. All right, so back to the tickets here. We got K. Oh, jeez.
Nope. K was just me responding to Charlene.
Oh,
just get that one.
I'm here thinking somebody want to look at Kellogg. Dang it, I was so excited to break down Kellogg. Dang it. Man. Actually,
So the first...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The first we had in the chat was PAAS.
You said PAAS?
Yep, that was the first one in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, let me actually put that in here. And if I miss one, let me know. Okay. Before we get to PAAS, I do want to remind everybody to support our sponsor, Cirilla Energy Tea, right? It's energy. It's tea. It has no alcohol in it, and it's sustainably sourced in Rwanda. And I do believe a fraction of the proceeds goes to save the great apes there in Rwanda. Now, for all you actual AMC apes out there, you may want to take a look at this. I mean, this is the ape juice. Get you the ape juice, all right? So that's Cirilla. Go ahead, Megan.
Yeah, you can actually get it on Amazon now, and she was running some special discounts, so check it out. It's a natural energy, which comes from a green tea, so you're not getting those sugars and things like that. So it's not going to give you that sugar drop like a soda or something would when you have that natural green tea energy. So check out Cirilla, and you can get it on Amazon. Sarah is amazing, and Charles absolutely loves Cirilla, so check it out on Amazon.
Yep, and when the YouTube, when this stream is done, we'll also put a link in the YouTube as well for everybody who wants to get that Amazon link. We'll be providing that. So again, thanks everybody for checking us out. All right, Pan American Silver Corp. Nothing. I don't got nothing for you here, unfortunately. It's just another trading channel. You typically don't want to be trading something that looks like this. You want to trade like a clean breakout, right? You don't want something that's just in a trading channel, right? And one of the reasons why I do this team, right? I'm just doing the same thing. I'm looking at it. What is it? Okay? A duck is a duck. A dog is a dog. A snake is a snake. That sounds like a DMX song. The snake, the rat, the cat, the dog. How you gonna see him when you're living in the fog? See, I'm an old school DMX fan. Y'all know nothing about that. Anyway, seriously. You gotta take a look at the chart and just call a spade for what it is. Like, this thing is not doing anything. I mean, if you want to buy down here at 23, sell up there at 27, be my guest. You can make as much money as you could possibly make doing that. But PASS is not it right now. You can look at SLV. So again, all these silver plays, right? And to me, instead of playing something like PAAS, play an ETF that actually probably trades more than it, SLV. And the reason why I would actually recommend SLV as opposed to PAAS is probably without looking, I could probably guarantee that that SLV has a lot more liquidity, and in general speaking, a lot of liquidity is better because you can get in and out of a play or trade more easily on something that's more liquid as opposed to something that's less liquid, right? So for me, if you like PAAS, just go on SLV. And again, I know some people look at silver as a hedge. If you're getting concerned with the market, hey, go be my guest. Okay, so that is SLV/PAAS. See, I think MRK. Nice little move on MRK here. So this was like a descending channel, right? We broke out of it. It's a nice little move on MRK, right? So question is, where does MRK want to go? Whoo, we got a weekly squeeze on MRK. Damn, these weekly squeezes are popping off. You are just popping off. Man, look at that. That's clean. Clean like a whistle. Snoop Dogg double jizzle. Man, that's a nice clean breakout. So the question is, right? And I'll just drop some sauce on you guys and gals. We want to see this breakout and then hold the breakout level, right? If it does that, MRK will be a good addition. Actually, MRK actually looks like probably one of the best charts I've seen all day. So definitely put MRK on your watch list. I don't typically mess with biotechs, but MRK is a big, well-established company and institution. I see squeezes here. Price target on MRK, let's call it $95. And once we get to 95, you got 100, right? So price target on MRK here, 95 and 100. I'm just put that down here. Let's make a note of that. Give me 1 second as I make a note. Okay. This is what it is, team. It takes time. You have to put in the time to figure these things out. It's kind of the reasons why we're together. We're a little trading community, right? We're seeing plays, we're breaking them down, we're trying to figure them out. So here on MRK. Let's look at CLM. I don't even know what CLM means. Good looking chart too. Clean chart. Clean chart. Looks good. Doesn't seem like it wants to move a lot, but can't argue with something that's in the uptrend. And it looks like this is going to be in all-time highs. So for me, you like CLM, there you go. Cornerstone strategic value. So I guess that's some kind of fund or something. You get a pullback to the 8. You get a pullback to the 21. Based on this chart, that'll be a nice little dip buy area for C, L, and M. Okay, so again, and team, that's it. I want to thank.
Wait, Charles.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I want to say, can you go through
Go ahead.
TSB? I don't know if you did TSB and Macy's, if you haven't already. Please?
Pfizer and Macy's.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Megan.
Charles?
Okay. No, you go ahead.
I was just say while you pull those up, if everybody does a PCR pull to refresh, you can see the Cirilla link is now linked at the top. So you can check that out. The Amazon, the variety pack is what's pinned right now. So if you click that, you can go right to Amazon and see our sponsor, Cirilla Sparkling Tea, Natural Green Tea Energy. So that is linked to the top if you want to check it out.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Megan. And before the show closes out, could you put the website up, brooklyntraders.net, so folks will have that as well. I appreciate that just before we
Absolutely.
Close.
Absolutely. So I'm going to change it out in just a short period of time if you want to grab the Cirilla, and then I'll change out the link to brooklyntraders.net in a minute and answer some questions about becoming a Brooklyn trader.
Wonderful. Now, are you doing that? Are you doing that right now? Or are you gonna hit them up on the back end?
No, I think I'm just going to stay on, Charles, because a lot of people raise their hand, and I don't think they understand what it means or what it entails to be a Brooklyn trader. So I'll just, when you're done with the next two tickers, Macy's and Pfizer, I'll just stay on, open up hand raising, and just if they have a question about what it means, I'll just quickly answer that.
Okay, cool. Also, if no one wants to come up on stage, if you don't want to raise your hand again, you could also send any one of us a question as well. Just as an
hit me up on the back end.
Yeah, as an alternative. Again, thank you, y'all. All right, so let's look at Macy's here real quick. Just retailers, right? Popping off. This looks like the CVS chart. And, it's about damn time, and I'm sorry for swearing, but, I shop at Macy's. I know there was, some moderators were talking about Macy's the other day, going back and forth about it. I still shop at Macy's, but you know what? Maybe you shouldn't take my word. I'm a basic dude. I'm an extra corny dude. I don't do too much, but I like Macy's. Every now and again, I do see a fit that I like it up in there. They do have some nice things occasionally, right? The perfume section is always great. It's always just nice just walking through Macy's, to be honest with you, So Macy's does have some nice fits there. So, definitely want to give a shout out and support to the brand. And what do we see here? We see a weekly squeeze, right? It's worth 714. Based on this, I could put a price target of $35 even on Macy's. So look, expect Macy's to keep going higher. This is a nice move on Macy's. I'm sorry I missed it. And these options are cheap on Macy's too. Go ahead, Megan. You need to say something?
Sorry. Nope. It keeps unmuting on me.
Okay, pretty cool. So that's Macy's, and let's look at FISA. Very strange. Oh, I guess that's the weekly, right? FISA looks like it wants to turn itself around on the weekly time frame. We got a daily squeeze there. Kind of mixed on FISA here, to be honest with you, based on what I'm seeing. A little mixed. Just mixed. I'm mixed on FISA here. Not sure what it wants to do. If we get hold above 44, that'll be the biggest bullish case, right? It looks like, okay, I see something here. It looks like the daily 8 wants to cross over to 50. If that happens, that would be bullish, and I would look for this daily 8 to hold or catch the price if the price wants to come down here, right? So to me, if we're above 44, I'm bullish on Pfizer. Below 44, I'm angling towards neutral or bearish on Pfizer. Okay. So team, that's it. I'm going to pass the mic here to Megan. So Megan, you could take over here, and I'm going to just sit back. Go ahead, Megan. Mic's on you.
All right, cool. Charles, there was somebody in the chat that wanted all the crypto reviewed, which we normally don't do all the crypto. So if you want to look at that or not, that's totally up to you. So I noticed that some of you were interested in what does it mean to be a Brooklyn trader. And I am always up here screaming from the mountaintop about it. And then I realized you maybe don't even know what that means. So I pinned the website, brooklyntrader.net, to the top. If you pull to refresh, you can click it. There are 3 different subscriptions you can sign up for. One is absolutely free. That's the newsletter. So Brooklyn Traders throws out a newsletter here and there that talks about long-term plays. So this would be more of like a buy and hold and forget it type of play. There's absolutely no cost. And again, this isn't financial advice. This is just like, hey, Brooklyn Traders kind of likes these tickers. This is what we're doing for long-term plays. It's free. There's no reason that you shouldn't be joining that newsletter. Okay, there's 2 other price plans. One is $25 a month and one is $40 a month. And I'm just going to start by saying this. I'm not paid by Brooklyn Traders. I don't get any benefits or cutbacks or referrals. So I'm really just saying this because I freaking love the family so much. Okay, so I would skip right over the $25 package. I don't even know or care what that is because the $40 package is amazing. So what it entails is you become a part of the Discord group. May want to turn your notifications off if you're working during the day because we are all talking all day long about plays as they're happening. So Charles is in there. The whole Brooklyn Trader family is in there. They're throwing out tickers. Look at this. Look at that. What about this strike? No, let's get that call. Oh, I'm up 200%. And mean, you have a whole team surrounding you with love and support all day long as you're trading. On the weekends, I mean, there's a day that we go by and not talk to each other, which is pretty amazing. On top of that, in the best package, the $40 package, there's, I don't know, 20 or more recorded classes that break down charts and strategies and terminology and how do you even get started, and what about a trading platform and how do you set up your charts. I mean, from the very basics to doing butterflies and straddles and strangles and all the crazy terminology you hear. So you can sit down and watch these recorded classes. Some are 30 minutes, some are an hour and a half, right? So you sit down on your own time and you learn and you're studying, and you can watch them over and over and over again until it makes sense to you, right? And then on top of it, we get together almost every market open. Not every day, but almost every day. We hop on Zoom in the morning. Some people can't make it, and that's okay. But if you can make it, we hop on, and it's like, what are we going to trade today? And we make those decisions together as a team so that you're not stranded out there. So when I say $40 a month, for some people that's a lot. But again, so today, a trade I took 2 days ago was up 635% today. I've paid for several years of Brooklyn traders in my one trade today using a strategy that was just one of the classes, one of the recorded classes. Charles threw out a trade. It was up, I don't know, 2,300% in 2 weeks. Another one I took yesterday was up about 50 or 60%. And come on, if I can make 50% a day, now believe me, I'm not going all in. I'm putting in very little amount of dollars because I don't like losing money. I don't want to risk it. But if I can make, put in $200 and make 50% and double my account. We just had a new person join Brooklyn Traders, and today he said he's been in here 1 week and he doubled his account. He's paid for his $40. So if you have questions about what it is to become a Brooklyn Trader, there's no contract. You can get out anytime if you don't like us, whatever. But if you have questions about what it means, please raise your hand right now, come on stage, or back channel me if you're not comfortable asking, because I know a lot of you are like, what is this Brooklyn Trader? How do I get involved? And why am I paying money for it? Or back channel me. That's kind of a summary of what we do, what it is, and how it is worth that $40. Does that explain the questions that some of you had? I don't see any hands raising. So hopefully that answers everybody's questions. We did have another ticker come through, but I think we're going to have to wait until next week. So it's Wednesday today. So we'll be back on Friday. So if you want to save that ticker until Friday, we will break it down then. All right.
So, Megan, I want to thank you so very much for that very comprehensive breakdown. We also teach new classes every 2 weeks, so we review some of the older ones for people who are still not sure. So every 2 weeks we do a class, like an hour or 2 hour class every 2 weeks as well, on Sunday from 5 to 7, every other Sunday from 5 to 7, to make sure that folks are able to go and get their church on and stuff if they need to, right? So I'll just quickly look at the other tickets that we have, because it's just two. And both
Pins was the other one that I got came through.
Oh, Pins. Oh, dang. So that's 3 then. All right, that's fine. I'll no problem. I'll spend the extra few minutes here. I'll do Oracle here because it actually. So this is a what we call a trampoline setup. We had a momentum buy alert, came down to test, bounced. Oracle looks good. Yeah, Oracle looks good here. The 8 is over the 21 on the weekly time frame. I do want to see 93 or 94 to hold. If 93, 95 holds, I'm way bullish on Oracle here. I say Oracle goes higher. It's kind of a shame that it's been here. If you look at Oracle from the longer term time frame, okay. So when we talk about trading channels, right? I'd never look at Oracle, by the way. I drew this trading channel literally probably years ago or whenever I did, right? And, we see them chop around $50, and all of a sudden you turn around, Oracle's almost $100, right? And so that is from, since what? Since February, right? And Oracle's been a slow grind higher, right? So a nice little move right there. Yep. Oh, thank you so much for writing that down, Megan. Let me also do AMP for my man Master O. Folks, I told y'all, matter of fact, I'm gonna just do something special here for my man Master O. Give me 1 second, because I told everybody, right? I'm a person where folks who support me, I support them. Even if you never supported me, if you're doing something that I like, I'll always support you. So I'm gonna do something very special for my man Master O right in here. Team, if you are on the East Coast, or even if you are in just anywhere, right? Because we have Zoom, I want y'all to tap in and check out my man Master O right here, right? And I'll tell you why. Give me a second. Let me just find his Master O. Oh, here it is. Okay. Just wanted to find his Instagram right here. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up the screen here. Oh, dang. Hold on. Okay. There we go. My man Master O, he's a martial artist. He's a stunt fighter. He shoots around. He does a bunch of crazy stuff. He's one of these people who, you know, he's a trained how can I say this? I'm all crazy. See, Master O, I'm screwing up. My bad. My man Master O is a bodybuilder, and he's also a personal trainer. Okay, he's a personal trainer first. Look at my man right here. My man is a master, a certified master in several different forms of martial arts. If you need a personal trainer, if you need an actor for a movie or somebody who teaches stunt choreography, check out my man Master O right here. Master Osandu Tambo. And Master O, I just want to say that we appreciate you so very much. Thank you so much for what you do to the community. Besides being a Brooklyn trader, my man over here, he's also an awesome dude. He's a mentor to people in real life, right? Not just like, for fake. So Master O, I really, really do appreciate you there. And y'all tap into my man Master O. So let me okay, so we're already back there. Let me see here. So we did that. I think we did Oracle. So my man Master O wanted to look at pins. AMP, excuse me. Ameriprise Financial looks great. Okay. Again, another fresh weekly squeeze. And like, this is worth what, $25? So I'd say 323 price target on AMP. And last but not least, let's look at pins, right? Pins have been in some trouble. A lot of the social media stocks have not been doing well. And folks, it's not time. It's not time for pins right here. Okay, pins just made a fresh low like yesterday, right? So for me, unless you're looking to short this thing, man, just nasty on pins. Again, if we get a close above 45.5, right? You could potentially go long for a retracement play because this thing is getting killed, right? But there's just better plays out there. There's better places to put your money on than pins. Pins, there's something that you're finna get clapped. Also, I do want to highlight as well, do apologize for starting the room so late. What I like folks to do here, right, especially if you're interested in real estate, right, a room running right now, you can say our brother or sister room, the real estate roundtable here on the pre-market movers, they are running right now, and they're talking all things real estate, right? So after we get out of here, I want folks to just get out of here and go and tap in with them. If you're interested in real estate, they're house flippers. They're buying houses for like $1,000 and flipping them for some nice little profit, right? So check them out there. And team, that's it. I want to say thank you. I want to say God bless. Shanisha, Megan, did you need to say anything before we get out of here?
Nope, just hope everybody has a good night and see you Friday for the next lightning round by Sell or Hold. Have a good Wednesday.
All right. Go ahead, Shanisha. Sorry about that.
Follow the club, everyone. Follow the club.
Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. So thanks, everybody. God bless and have a good evening. All right, y'all. I'm going to be in that next room. I need to figure out how to get the real estate back myself. So we all shut it down here. Appreciate y'all. God bless. God God bless. Take care, y'all.